I'm always amazed at thoughts in the moment of surprise or shock. Like when I was hit by that car, my thought, well, as we've already discussed, wasn't chase after him. My thought wasn't seek medical attention. As I was laying there on the ground, my only thought was, well, now you know how that pigeon feels. I'll explain. I had hit a pigeon with my bicycle about 3 months before I had been hit by a car. Now here's the interesting thing about pigeons. You say I hit one with a bicycle, and a few people will laugh. Did you hear it? A few people went, because we've just decided that pigeons, fuck them! Rats with wings. And do you know why, sir, do you know why we all hate pigeons? There's a scientific reason. Do you know what it is? Well, I'm going to tell you. Thank you for leading me into this next piece of material. Pigeons are the only species on the planet that are created not by some form of the male and some form of the female, blending their genetic material together to create a new version of that species. Pigeons are created when a man fucks a pack of cigarettes. Now, a lot of you in the back are doubting my science. And how dare you? I've never seen a baby pigeon, but anytime any of us go to a park, what do we see? A man holding a pack of cigarettes, at his feet, hundreds of pigeons. That's not a man being a creep, that's a father visiting his kids. And when I hit the pigeon, I was very nervous. I leaped off my bicycle. Now, the pigeon wasn't dead. It was also not alive. I had a couple of paths in front of me. My first path was to rush this pigeon to a veterinary hospital and save its life. I didn't really want to do that for a couple of reasons. One, I've seen animals that have been saved by vets. They are not loved. We've all gone to someone's house for dinner. You walk in, ooh, what a lovely cat. No, fuck that cat. 1,700 quid for a new esophagus, doesn't even meow anymore. Just goes, muh. And then also, I would have a pet pigeon. And I have looked up who's owned pigeons throughout history. And I do not want to be on that list. Here's the top 3. The best person in the top 3, we'll start with him, is Mike Tyson. Are you aware how bad a list is about to get? When you started off with the punchy rapey man from the 90s. The best thing you can say about Mike Tyson is he's not O.J. Simpson. That's all I'm saying. Thank you this side for doing the reading. You guys, let's pick it the fuck up! Number 2, Miguel Noriega, dictator of Panama, murderer of thousands. And the number 1 owner of pigeons is Gilles Duras, who's the financial sponsor of Joan of Arc, and a pedophile so aggressive, the Catholic Church burned him at the stake. Let's just take a moment and muse about how big a pedophile you have to be for the Catholic Church to step in and go, all right, easy, big fella. So I decided to walk a darker path with my pigeon friend. I decided to put the pigeon out of its misery. Now here's the problem. I don't know how to kill things, so I just elected to stomp on the pigeon until it was dead. Oh, sorry, I'm not a murderer like all of you. If you brought a cow in here right now and said, John, prepare this cow for cooking, I would just set it on fire. Sitting there in your London judgment of me, I wouldn't stomp a pigeon to death. I would just leave it there and then later blame the NHS. This side really picked it up on that one. So I decided to stomp the pigeon. I got very close. I don't like how high this stage is, because it feels like I had it built specifically for this joke. And I lifted my foot up over the pigeon. There's no pigeon actually there, miss. And I brought it down on its head. Did not mean to stomp that loudly. And the pigeon died. And I felt terrible, which is great. I didn't want to kill it and then feel fucking amazing. I lifted my foot. Felt so sad I had to take a life, but I knew the pigeon was in a better place, up in heaven, shitting on statues. As I walked to my bicycle and picked my bicycle up, I realized my entire grim business had been witnessed by a small boy. I'm gonna say his age was 5, but I don't actually know how old he was. And it would be way creepier if I knew exactly what his age was. Be like, he was 3.5, his name is Noah, but he doesn't know that I know him. He was just looking at me, I'm looking at him, and that beautiful, sincere cry that only children can elicit just went, "Why'd you do that?" And I don't know why, but I just said, I'm a vegetarian, and I cycled away. As I've thought back to it, I think why I said that is I was so nervous and shocked and awkward, I just thought of anything that was true about me that I could relate to him. And I am a vegetarian, but it's very confusing that he saw me kill an animal and then use that as an excuse. I think it's so confusing that he probably won't grow up to be a vegetarian. Which I gotta be honest with, I'm fine with that happening.